Hello everybody, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to do a quick review of the PP-91. I feel like I should do some of these because I've been kind of going out into the radius a little bit more and kind of experimenting with different setups, different weapons. I was kind of guy that kind of got used to particular weapons, and that's all I ever used. And the game kind of felt boring that I was just using the same weapons every single time, but sometimes that works for some people, and did with me for a while, but I just wanted more out of it. So one of the guns, one of the first guns I used was the PP-91, and this was my setup here. That's what I like to run with. And my overall, my expectations of this gun was that it was probably going to suck a lot. It was going to be difficult to handle just because it's just one of those, I don't know, it's a small caliber weapon, and I just didn't really expect a whole lot from it. My belief when it comes to picking the weapons that you choose to go after with is that, and I'm starting to learn how to only carry 2 weapons out there into the radius instead of 3. I only carry 3 if I'm going on a bunch of missions that involve me killing a bunch of dudes, or just whatever. Anyways, my belief is that if you're gonna carry a pistol round, then it should probably be a pistol that you use it with. I just did not like using. If it's gonna use pistol round, I don't want to take up a primary weapon slot. I'd rather it go here. So that's why when it comes to some of these small rounds, I always pack pistols. But I decided, this time, why not? And I gotta say, so first we'll get into what I love about it. One of the things I love about it is it's, with it being a small pistol round. Sorry, I thought I heard something behind me. There's little to no there's obviously recoil, but it's very, very easy to handle, and it's very silent, especially if you use subsonics with this. It is very quiet, and you can take out all sorts of dudes quiet. Anyways, I'm repeating myself. I have never been a full auto guy because I view that as a waste of rounds, so I always do single fire. That's just how I roll. I will say too, the gun is very cheap. I can't remember the price of it though, but it's very cheap to run. And it's light recoil. Also, I'm trying to sorry. Light recoil, very cheap, and it gets the job done. When you're going up against normal enemies, when you're first playing the game, this is great to use. You don't really engage any tougher targets until you progress a little further. So this is great for that. For normal fragments, just bait your basic enemies. This will take care of them. Because, you're starting out in the beginning with a Makarov anyways, and the Makarov can handle most of those enemies. I would almost recommend trading the Makarov in. If I was to be able to do it again, I would carry this as my primary for the beginning of the game, and I would probably invest in the pistol, the TT-33, I believe it's called. I would invest in getting, the TT-33 as your sidearm, and using this as your primary, because that's what I would do if I was to do it over again. And I will do videos on those guys later too. I'm going to try to do reviews on all the guns, because I miss making into the radius content, and by golly, I'm gonna freaking start making some more again. And I think I'm gonna try playing the game again, but on hard difficulty, so that way I'll get, we'll get some real frustration going, get a real challenge going. The cons, like I said before, this thing does not penetrate the armored fragments. It really, even with plus P ammunition, it is very difficult to do so, unless if you're able to pound a headshot, and even then, that's even more trickier. I've gone up against 3 commandos with 2 commandos, 1 mimic police officer, and they all were armored fragments, and it was I went through at least 50 rounds to take down 2 of them. At least. I can't remember. My mind was in a bit of a frenzy. But I went through tons of rounds just to take out one squad of guys. And I gotta tell you, I don't have... You will end up actually going through more rounds like in that one firefight than you will with any other weapon. If you were to just go with something with a little more heavy, with a little more firepower like the AK, you go through, like, in one firefight, you'll go through a mag if you do it right. Depends, you know. Depends on what's there. But this is just really meant for just your lower end enemies. But like I said, it's a fun gun to use. On top of that, there's a lot of these SMGs out there that actually, you can kind of shoot these one-handed with the stability of 2 hands. And that is if you, you can hold on to it. If you keep your arm down here, but just hold on to that and keep your arm down at your side. But don't try to keep your hand too far away from it. And so my hand's down actually by my stomach right now. But I'm still holding on to the button to do that. And then you can just boop, 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 if you really want to. But if you want your stability there, how many rounds left in this bugger? 9. You can also do this. You can reach your arm over here, where you're kind of like hugging yourself a bit, but grab onto that, and then put your arm over here on your bicep, and then just aim, and it will be very accurate. And that's if you're really trying to do distance shots with this, which it ain't bad. It really is not bad for distance shots. For a little pistol caliber like this, it ain't bad. But my biggest recommendation is that if you use this, do not rely on this to get you out of bad situations. Use this for, like, if you see a couple of, like, just basic dudes with no armor on them, you know, whip this little bad boy out and just, you know, go to town. And I'm only shooting this with one hand, but, well, okay. I was doing great at first, but other than that, I like it. I really do. I just wish that I could do, you know, lay down the hate a little more with it. But anyways, that's my setup. If you want to try it out, you know, do your thing. Like I said, it's gonna cost some money, but it's gonna be a lot cheaper than running one of those, you know. Actually, that's gonna be a little cheaper to run, I think, because it already got the rails and stuff on it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's not what the review's on. Anyways, for beginning of the game, I would recommend that a whole lot. If you're further into the game and, you know, you want something a little lighter, take on some of the softer enemies, I mean, you go ahead and use that. But there are some better options out there, in my opinion. So, anyways, that's my review of the PP-91. Fun gun. I like it. Of course, I missed every one of my shots there, but whatever. Yeah. So don't, you know, just because it's small, don't just, you know, toss it aside. You know, I would definitely give it a little bit of a try. Oh, another thing too. I also want to say, it says its reliability is really high, but since this is mostly a pistol and it's using pistol parts, these parts, like the suppressor, last longer on a pistol for some reason. Because, I mean, you're not using your pistol the whole time, unless you are, then that's different. But with a pistol, it's your sidearm. It's for emergencies. So you're not really going through you're not really wearing down your suppressor a whole lot. But when the pistol suppressor's on a primary, it goes through it really quickly. And I mean, you can already see through that short time. I mean, we shot through how many? Like 3 mags? It's already down to here. I mean, we're almost halfway through its through just wearing it down. So that's something to take into consideration. Even though it says it's high, in my opinion, the reliability is not that great. So if you go to take this out there, just, I don't know. I love it, but I hate it. It's a love-hate relationship. You guys will have to go try it out for yourselves. Like I said, though, just be careful. Don't, you know, get yourself in too deep with, and that's your only primary. So always pack something a little stronger on if you're going to carry that. So anyways, guys, that's my review of the video. If you have any more, if there's something I did not address or something you guys want to know that I did not answer, please leave a comment in the comment section and I'll try to answer it the best I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. That was good.